wonderfuls. Welcome back to Helpers High by me, Tiffany. So, as you guys may or may not know, September was my birthday month and I talked a lot about it. But really, what I was talking about the entire time was the willingness and the wanting to stay in my purpose, to really tap back into what it is that brings me joy, what it is that, has me living this helper's high addiction out. And here's what I started realizing super quick at the end of the month, so less than 30 days, I realized that it's not about our dreams dying. Sometimes it's our environment. It's where we're putting ourselves, the people that we're positioning ourselves with, that are actually where we're struggling the most. Let's say it has the most opportunity. People's energy pauses us like shoddy Wi Fi signals. Let's be honest. That's what it does. We don't even realize that we are connected to their energy. And we can't grow surrounded by people who stop believing in growth. And I think if we have that honest come to Jesus moment with ourselves, there are people that we can name that are definitely not helpful to our ultimate goals. So today we're shifting gears. This one is for people who know that there is a calling and you're going to stop ignoring it. Sure, we're comfortable, but a calling is a calling, and we really do have to start utilizing our time wisely, to say the least. I'm not going to bring you a doom and gloom message about death is approaching on every episode, maybe one every other. But that's the fact, guys. We have a limited amount of time, and we really should start tapping into what brings us joy, how we can make a difference, and how we actually leave a legacy that will outlive us physically. So, deep down, you already know the version of you that you keep dreaming about. And we can't keep praying for change and ignoring all the signals. Right? There's clear signs that happens to us in a day that we're like, that's not what that means. We do that. We do that often. But we know that it was absolutely a sign. So, I love an analogy. Let me give an analogy on what has actually happened. So, I'm going to give you a driving analogy. Oh, yeah, this is brilliant. Okay, listen up. You hear me? Okay, ready? So everyone's been here. We all have been driving and talking crap about our fellow drivers, right? Like, what are they doing? Oh my goodness, when you see somebody like doing the makeup, eating on their phone, but yet they were swerving in and out when you were behind them, then you're passing them and you just give them that look, right? You're like, what are you doing? Yes. So we've all been there. Not us though. You and I, no, we don't do that. We are like 10 and 2 driving straight. It's the other people that we have to be concerned about. We see people who don't stop at stop signs, for example. Others roll right through red lights. And then there's those people who don't move when the light turns green. And then there's the worst, the wrong way driver. You know who you are, Sananda. So, fam, this is exactly the prayers that you've been asking for. And these are the way the answers look. They look like clear signs that we are paying zero attentions to. Signs and sirens that we are completely ignoring. When you are driving in that lane and you just see cars clearing out of your way, only to realize that there is an emergency vehicle behind you, flashing lights, sirens blowing. You are in a zone you didn't even realize. You just thought all these people were moving for you. Greatness happening. No, pay attention. So there's green lights you don't move on. There's stop signs that you roll right through. Signals you ignore because you're distracted. Opportunities coming at you head on, but you're in autopilot. So you don't even realize a good thing is actually being offered. Fam, too many of us are ignoring the signals. Listen up, guys. I've been having some serious talks with Tiffani lately. Yes, you should not be surprised that these are intense conversations. If you saw episode 8, you know I'm serious about Tiffani chatter and Tiffani conversations because sometimes she needs to be checked, okay? And no one's gonna check you like you. So let me be real. This whole social media life is still absolutely new to me. Honestly, what I'm learning is this is not a side gig, okay? I have a real daytime job. I don't have time for all of this. And when I tell you social life requires attention, time, paying attention, all the trends. If I am challenged to do one more TikTok trend, and by the way, between you and I, it is not working, okay? But if I am challenged to do one more TikTok, I'm gonna scream. It is like, oh, do the grid, post this, put a meme in here, add a crocodile passing through. What I just want my people to find me. That's what I want. I want to spread joy. How do I spread joy without choking on cinnamon on a spoon? I had a whole plan for my birthday vacation to show you lives, right? I was going to do, and I did. I did my first live on the cruise one time. And listen up. It is a conscious effort that has to happen. I kept forgetting to record things. Like I was like in the moment. I was dancing away. My phone was in my back pocket. I kid you not. I am not this social media person. Okay. But I absolutely understand my platform and I want to use this as a benefit. So I am going to have to get better at this. Like again, conscious decisions have to be made because I don't have another way to touch so many people. So yeah, I'm going to have to get better. That's what I'm going to say for now. But let me tell you, even still pictures, Tiffani, why are you not even taking a picture of it? Now, I did take a couple. I'm not going to say that I have no pictures. I did good, but I did what the average vacationer would do on their vacation, take a few photos and a few short clips. And I sent it to my kids. Another example of why simple is not the same as easy. Honestly, these past 5 months have been 5 months. I know. Ooh, that's so crazy. 5 months has been a lot of change for me. But the truth is, I haven't even scratched the surface, guys. I haven't. There's so many things that I actually want to do. But don't get it twisted. I am so proud of me. Seriously, and you have to take a minute when you do awesome things to congratulate yourself. And I really am, honestly, so thankful of the work that I've been putting in, of the efforts of my boo. Shout out to Greg, who has been with me the entire 5 months. Now, you guys know that my family had signed on for a couple of episodes to help me out. Mm-mm. Who needs family when you have complete, committed strangers that want to be your friend? So I committed to dropping an episode every week, and I did just that. We are on episode 21. My goodness. So that's growth, that's consistency, and that's what purpose in motion looks like. But I've also had some learnings, right? As I said, I think I gave you like 19 of them already. But another one is that even though I do want to include everybody in these feel good moments and make sure everybody knows how to find me, where to look, when to listen, when I'm on, all of those things, I have to also be mindful that everybody doesn't want to change. Yeah, there's things in my life that I do that I don't want to change. But then there's things in my life that I do that I absolutely want to change and level up. So everybody's not on board with it. I know who my people are. You're here with me in episode 21. This is a big deal. We have lost a lot of our followers. but that's okay. We're rooted in good, kind thoughts, and just the few of you. I said in episode 1, if there were only one of you, and at least we know there's more of those, I would continue this. And this work has definitely been satisfying to my soul. I am going to start focusing on the shorts. I feel like I have some more of the attention with the shorter clips, of course, to my bandwidth. So I do want to continue with those too. But again, conscious efforts, tips for today is absolutely fun. I have like 15 of them a day. But again, I am not in this mentality of always like just pulling my phone out and doing these recordings or any of it. I do want to get better at it. It's definitely something that, again, seems so simple. I'm not sure why it's not easy yet. I do have to continue to make it a habit. There are many people looking for acceptance for the efforts that they're currently making and not wanting to change. And guess what? That's fine. That's fine. It's our choice. That's the best part of this all. But we also have to agree that times are different. It's 2025 and the world is, you thought I was going to say crazy? No, I was going to say the world is moving faster than it's ever moved before. That's it. We have, again, limited time and now so much around us to be a part of. I was thinking the other day, what are some of the things that we can actually do now that we couldn't before? And one of the fun things that I came up with was buying stocks from our phones. Dude, that's crazy. Like you can invest by scrolling on your phones. And I hope you guys know that having an investment account is a must as an adult. I don't care if you put $3 a month in there. You should have an investment account. Influencers are making 6 figures by using a freaking microphone and a phone to establish what is a big business. That's now. Come on. It's, again, simple, not easy. AI is our therapist, our doctor, financial analyst, our accountability partner too. Like you can legit have a conversation back and forth with AI, giving it all of your information. I know it sounds scary, but listen, I don't know about you. I have nothing AI wants except for more random pieces of information. But honestly, I'm getting out of it more than I put in. And that to me, again, is a win. We have to, again, balance. And I think we do often. I was saying to somebody the other day, sometimes we're so outraged by things that we know could be better. And that's a fact. But we also know that sometimes you have to take the wins when the wins are there. I was talking to one of my friends about the number one cause of death in America, and it's heart attacks. But if you ever see heart attack medicine, or if you've ever seen it advertised on TV, it saves millions of lives every year. The pill, yeah, some type of pill. I don't even know the names of them, but you know the ones, because then the second one is like diabetes. Metformin and now all of the pens everywhere, changing lives. But if you look at what the Surgeon General says is the side effects to those products, and you focused on that, then you would lose the point of the medicine. You would lose the point by how many people are actually being saved because you're focused on what could be a side effect. And for some, it is. And as it says, I'm sure it's no mistake that they put up to and including death, but not taking a chance on medicine is death. So sometimes you are just weighing out the lesser of the two evils. But I go back to the story because AI is a must, guys. If you haven't embraced AI, then I'm specifically talking to you about this. The world is moving. Whether you choose to move with it or not is your business. Strongly and highly recommended, but do as you wish. So AI is a whole nother episode. I mean, it really does need its own placement because there's a lot of good uses for it. And I have had conversations. So, as you guys know, I do some career development opportunities, leadership development opportunities. And I realized that everybody has not embraced it. There's a lot of hemming and hawing around what it is, and it's capturing so much of my data and it's using all of my information that's stored. And I get it because that's what it's doing. No doubt about it. But if you think that that's the tool while you're tethered to your cell phone, even right now watching this, that they're going to capture your information from your AI input only, that's just one avenue. That's just one piece of it. So you haven't stopped all of the things that are in the plans and the works already. But this one has a strong potential, just like heart medicine, just like diabetes medicine, to help you. It is going to give you more wins than losses. And at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to capture your information anyway. For now, stop making excuses. Stop what ifing everything. What if? What if it doesn't work? What if we go and they're not there? What if I put the money in and it doesn't come back? What if? What if? There's a lot of what ifs. So we can absolutely plan to do that for the rest of our lives if we choose. I wouldn't recommend it, but we can. We have to actually start saying, what if it actually works? Because the more effort that you put in, the more chances that you have. It's like what they say about the lotto. You got to be in it to win it. Let me ask you a very serious series of questions. This is not like a typical pulse check because some of these questions are yes and no, but some of them really do require a whole full answer. So I'm going to give some questions and then, think about this for a minute. But the main question that I want to get to the surface, and I want not only me to ask you, but I want you to ask you going forward, is what are you really living to do? What is your actual purpose? What is your plan for you? Now, are you living to manage your life through other people's comfort? Are you living to maintain habits that stopped serving you years ago? Are you living to show up for a version of you that you've been actually dreaming about? Like the one who's been ready to take the mic, launch the business, write the book, say yes, and make the move, knowing that any of it pulls you out of your comfort zone, forces you to be conscious, and now it's time for you to do it and put some accountability behind it. All great questions. And absolutely, you need to take time and answer them honestly. But HH fam, I have to be real, super, super real, because this show, this episode, you and I, we don't work if we're not being honest. You also have to accept that sometimes it's you. You are holding you back. I've said it in every episode. We are not victims. Some of the things that we actually do is us doing it to us. And then some of us take it the step further where we try to blame other people. So I say to you, for all of you who are trying and it's not working, it may actually be you. And since you're not learning, it's repeating. It's like that movie. Have you ever seen the movie Groundhog Day? Years ago, it's probably 30, 35 years old. Bill Murray played the mayor, babe, right? And he had to escape from the loop because every day that he woke up, it was, yeah, you got it, Groundhog's Day. And he could not get out of the loop. And he did not understand why. But guess what the loop was? The loop was for him to actually connect to other people. Stop being selfish, or else you're stuck here on February 2nd, Groundhog's Day. Let me add a blanket rule, a benefit to the connection, because when you are connected to people, not only are your relationships that you want to be in more rich and fulfilling, but when you meet people, because your attention to detail on connection and relationship is so strong, you are an immediate judge of BS and people who don't have the best intent. And that's a benefit and a curse at the same time. But people who genuinely mean well, kind hearted people who would make you feel better than you've ever felt before, you know who those people are immediately. It's like a superpower. Oh, okay, wait. Let me give you another analogy about why you have to surround yourself around good people. So the other day, I bought a box of strawberries. Have you guys? Okay. So you know this container, it comes in like a clear container and you open it and there's strawberries. And it was good. Like I looked at it in Publix and I turned it and all the strawberries looked amazing and yummy. Okay. But they were all perfect when I bought them, right? And I took out two strawberries the very first day and I was like, oh my God, these are really sweet. Greg doesn't eat strawberries, so I have to eat this whole pack. So it takes me some time. But then, like 4 days later, I opened the container and one had started to rot. And I don't mean just like a little bit, I mean, it was like fuzzy green, right? And it was like when I went to pick it up because I wanted to take it out of the container because the rest of them didn't look like that. It was soft, slimy. Ugh. So I popped it out, but guess what I realized? Guess what I realized? The ones under it that it was touching were also icky on just one side of it, the side that it had touched. Yes, you know where I'm going with this. So those weren't as bad, but they were starting to change because of the one rotten, yucky strawberry that was in that same container. And that right there is what a toxic relationship looks like. They start off shiny and sweet and maybe even good for you. But then over time, the weakest one can spoil the rest of them. Yeah. So if you catch it on time, you get to save the rest and enjoy your strawberries. But if you ignore it, the whole pack goes bad. Yeah, I know. If I can pick up this mic right now and drop it, I would do that just for emphasis, but I won't. So to that I say, maybe it's time to clean your fridge. Make room for fresh and stop letting the moldy ones ruin everything it touches. Someone else's energy can actually rub off on you. You're excited, you're motivated, you have faith, you're dreaming big, and here comes somebody with that realistic energy, they call it, right? They're going to give you all the reasons that that can't work, right? Like they're going to let you know, oh, Tiffani, you're not a man. Oh, Tiffani, you're not rich. Oh, Tiffani, you're not a movie star. They start asking questions like, are you sure about that? And I'm like, hell no, Chica, I'm not sure about that. That's why it's called faith. Sometimes you have to take a leap on faith. For those of you who don't believe in energy, I'm going to let you know right now that does not make it fake. Energy and people rubbing off on you is real. It's 100% of the people that you're surrounded with. You know, one of the things that I saw on Instagram not too long ago was that it had something on there, and I'm not quoting it exactly, but it was like, you are a product of the 5 closest people in your life, right? So it was pretty much saying about money. So it was something to do with like, if the people around you are broke, then you're going to be broke. You are just the best of the 5 people around you. And sometimes you're just one of them, but you're not even the best. But you get it. It's the habits that are being formed around us. Right now, you're connected to Wi-Fi and it's invisible energy, right? We can't see it. There's nothing here like a string or anything connecting us together. So you understand what invisible energy looks like. Well, hell, let me explain. The people around us work the same exact way. Invisible but powerful energy. They can gift us energy or they can suck our energy completely out. They influence how you feel. They influence what you see. They influence what you do, even what you think you have. So be careful who you allow to connect to your network. If you let the wrong energy on your Wi-Fi, don't be surprised when your dreams start to buffer. So I ask you, who's in your circle that drains you? Who's got a little venom in their energy? Who's the friend who never claps unless they're part of the picture? That old thinking, when you hear, this is how we've always done it. It doesn't work anymore. You can't measure 2025 progress with a 2010 mindset. We have to continue to grow. Listen, not everyone who smiles at you is for you. And not everyone who's for you can go with you. It truly is your journey. People say they want change, but change requires courage. And courage always comes with disruption. You can't evolve and stay comfortable. So today's Helper's High Pulse Check is simple yes or no questions. Ready? Let's do it. Are you playing it safe? Yes or no? Are you protecting someone else's peace at the cost of your own purpose? Is comfort costing you to give up or downplay your dreams? And finally, is there a strawberry that needs to be removed before it spoils everything? Fam, we're not mad. We're moving. We're elevating. We're choosing growth over gossip. We're choosing clarity over comfort. And we're choosing peace over performance. Together, we make magic.